Okay, so another feature that I want to show you guys is the no mesh export. So sometimes you're working on a mobile game and you need your game to be like super um, have a super small file size and optimize everything. So this is very good for this, right? Let's go and export this, but selecting no mesh and exporting just 250 frames again. Okay, so it is exported. Um, Here, when I select it, you can see that there's only joints here, but they are all animated. And engines actually recognize those animations if you like have uh, a main rig that has the meshes and all the bones, and you only have an animation file that has only the animation data like this. You can use the main rig as a source for the mesh, and all the other files have only animations. And this is going to reduce a lot on your file size, like a lot. So this is very, very useful for mobile games. Before showing you guys the last feature, I'm just gonna go over all these options just to make sure everyone knows what they do. The no mesh you just saw, it just export animation data baked on meshes, baked on joints. I'm sorry, excuse me. Um, and nothing else. All meshes are gonna export everything. So you're gonna have static meshes, you're gonna have skin meshes, you're gonna have everything in your file. Selected meshes, you can just select them before exporting, and they're gonna export just what you selected. So for instance, if you have a character that interacts with this prop, you just need those two, right? So you don't need anything else. But on your file, you can have everything set up because you need to animate them and you don't want them to be like animating going into other parts of the environment. But at the end, you just want to export these two. So you can just do select meshes and then export those two. Okay. Only skin meshes, it's gonna export just your character and any object that has a skin on it. So everything that has like joints bind to them. Except skin meshes is the opposite. It's not going to export the character, but it's going to export the entire scene. This is very useful if you're like animating like I am, having both the character and the environment. But at the end, on Unity or on Unreal or any engine that you're using, you want those on separate files, just for like organization purposes, and because like Unity, for instance, will deal much better if you have a file that only has skin meshes. Um, it's gonna deal much better with that. So you export once just only skin meshes to have your character, and then accept skin meshes on another file that you can like have with like a mesh here, you know, and then you're gonna have the environment separated from the character. So those options are very useful, and if you need them, they're there. Okay, the last feature, the joints delete. Sometimes you have two joints chains, right? You have a main chain, which is the single hierarchy for games, which you like bind and paint skin weights, which is like the hierarchy that you want for a game, right? Um, you can only have this one. You need only this one for a game to work, for a character to work. But you have sometimes you have a rig, a joint rig on top of this one that controls everything. So you can have like crazy facial animations or like joint structures that improve how your character deforms and stuff like that. They're not necessarily bind skinned skin bound, you know. So you don't need those, right? You don't need to export those, and they're only gonna like mess with your structure because your game engine won't understand what they do. They're just gonna be like trash in your file. So if you don't need that, you can delete an entire chain um, of joints based on a tag. Like you can ignore, you can delete based on a tag. So I'm gonna grab the top. I'm gonna delete everything that has top. So this would be like the top part of the character. So I'm gonna write top, and then I'm gonna export, and I'm gonna use timeline again just to for you to see everything. So it was exported. I'm gonna open up the file, and you can see that this is in the middle now because it doesn't have any joint information. So now my character is bald because I deleted that entire joint structure. It doesn't have it anymore. So those are two features, and you can combine them. Have the ignore bake and the delete. You can delete anything that you don't need. Remember that it's gonna delete not only the top joint but all the chain. So if I, for instance, delete neutral, it's gonna delete everything because it's gonna delete neutral, offset, centralized, and this one is gonna delete the entire chain. Well, this is it. We hope you enjoy using BitCake Exporter, and if you have any suggestions, bugs, critiques, or just want to talk to us, you can reach us at contact@bitcakestudio.com, or if you want to talk to the team and to the people who developed this directly, you can reach us on our Discord. You can find us on discord.gg/bitcake. The entire team is there, and feel free to reach us and talk to us at any time. See you soon. Thank you.